Hello, and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Sir, I am here. Why am I here? You guys are like, what are you doing here? This is so not like you. You know why I'm here. I'm doing an interview with a contestant from Destination X. Now, which contestant you might add? Hmm, You just have to wait and see. No, you've seen the title. I am. I am interviewing the one and only Shayne Cureton. He is here. We are going to talk to him about everything Destination X and all things. And I know you're like, Lana, why are you interviewing Shayne? Shayne didn't get eliminated this week. It's not an exit interview. It's not an exit interview. It's not. Shayne did not get eliminated this week. But of course, y'all know we couldn't get Janae Craig because she's right in the middle of doing her own press tour for her new show Beyond the Villa. So we could not get Janae Craig, unfortunately, and that is definitely unfortunately for me because I was praying and hoping. But one day. But we're very happy and delighted to have Shayne here to talk all things Destination X and everything about his journey. And I can't wait to hear from him about it. But before we get into that interview, y'all know what to do if you're here and you've been here and you've already subscribed. Thank you so much. If this is your first time joining, please hit the subscribe button. We are on a mission here at the Cup TV to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. And we are chugging along and we're making progress. So thank you to all who have subscribed. Thank you to all who are going to subscribe. And if you want to do it now, just go ahead and do it. It's fine. You can do it right now. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know every time we drop a video because we drop in content a lot. We are in the thick of a lot of stuff. Big Brother is starting today as of recording. And so we're going to be doing all things Big Brother. We're in the midst of Love Island. We're coming to the end of Love Island US, but we are still in the middle of Love Island UK. We have The Snake. We're still doing Destination X. So we got a lot of shows here happening and coming. Project Runway will be starting at the end of this month as well. So we got a lot of shows that we're going to be covering. So a lot of content coming your way. But we also have three other channels that you can follow. If you're a fan of drag or drag race, we have uh, at the Cup Pod where you can go and join us where we are jumping into the premieres of Drag Race Brazil and Drag Race France All Stars happening this weekend. So we're talking all of things over there, and we still are in the middle of All Stars 10. So join us on that channel because we got a lot of content coming your way from there. Also, if you're a fan of Eurovision Song Contest, we have a channel for you at the Cup ESC. And we got a lot of fun things coming out that in that direction on that channel, as well as when the season ramps up, is content after content after content over there. And we have at the Cup Ringside, if you are a fan of WWE wrestling, and we have a lot going on this weekend. We have PLE Women's Evolution. Our Evolution 2 is happening this weekend, so we're going to be talking all about that. So join us on that channel. Help us reach our goal because our mission here at the Cup TV has spread across all four of our channels. So go to all those channels, subscribe to all those channels. We really appreciate that if you do. Also, our audio podcast links are in the description below. So if you need to check us out on the go, click on that audio podcast link. It'll take you wherever you need to be. Follow us over there so you'll never know when we put out stuff there as well. And join our Patreon because we have a lot of fun things going on our Patreon. Some early access things that you can get the first look at before anybody else, and some things that will never come out on the channel. You will have exclusive content in our Patreon. So join our Patreon, join our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, and get your cup mug. Get your cup mug at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below, and we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. Now, I have talked all that I need to talk and say all the business things I need to say, but you're not here to hear me talk. You're here to see Shayne. So, without further ado, let's get into Shayne. And I am here with Shayne, y'all. Y'all see who it is? He in the building.
Yeah.
So what's up? We are so glad to have you. Thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, of course, my pleasure.
So let's get right into it because look, don't nobody want to hear about from me. They want to hear from you. So,
Okay.
how do you feel about watching the show? What is it like watching it after living it and doing everything? How do you feel watching it?
You know, I- I'm happy about it. You know, I feel my edits have been good. I don't know about anybody else how they feel, but mine personally have been good. It's interesting to kind of see what my thoughts were during the game and then seeing what was actually happening. You know, we only really get to see or know what we were actually involved in. So all the side conversations and the
Yeah.
things how people are responding to other things, like that's the most interesting part to me. And I mean, I love it.
Yeah, speaking of that, what was some of the most surprising things that because we saw a lot of side conversations that were happening, a lot of different the confessionals that what surprised you about some what the castmates were saying personally about you that you were like, oh, that's how y'all feel? That's how you
uh,
felt in the moment?
you know uh, they're not wrong. Some, majority of them not wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't the most knowledgeable person on the show, and
Hmm.
there's I've let people know, whether they show it or not, that I was there working off a strictly social game. Just once I realized some details that I'm not sure if I could speak about, when it
Hmm.
comes to people's abilities to prep. I kind of just said, all right, yeah, I didn't have this or that, and because it was pretty close to when we shot is when they reached out to me. So I had things to get in order, and I was just like, all right, well, we just gonna go into this and have some fun.
I know that's right. It's like, look, I ain't got the time to prep, but I'm gonna just make it. I'm gonna make y'all like me and keep me around. Look,
Yeah.
I get that. I play these online games a lot, and that is my strategy. I'm like, I don't have time to prep for stuff. I don't have time to, do side conversations with people like, hey, pick me, let's be in. I don't have time for that. I gotta
Yep.
work. I got things to do.
Oh
But what
yeah.
I can do is make you like me and trust me
Mhm.
and want to keep me around. So,
Yeah. Well, the
mm-hmm,
social game, was the downfall to some players, or it was a hindrance during the game. So,
mm-hmm,
the fact that I really only used my social, skills in this, it just shows how important they are and can be, and they can get you, this far.
for sure, for sure. So, what made you decide that you wanted to go on the show in the first place?
Honestly, I've been looking for a reality show to be on, but wasn't real keen on the dating shows. Being a model by like
Yeah.
it's my own, like that is my job. It's the only
Mm-hmm.
thing I've ever done. Um, I had to kind of tread lightly. That if that, let's say, I went on love or a love or a dating show, and um, didn't get a following like I thought I
Mm,
would, but then my clients are like, we don't like how you got portrayed or this. I done, I
yeah.
burned the candle at both ends.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, Love Island would have been interesting to. That look, I'm all about Love Island right there. So the first thing you said dating show, I was like, "Ooh, Love Island," but
Well,
I,
I,
I
I've been
understand.
contacted in the past about it, and just it just wasn't where I wanted to go in the
Makes
beginning.
sense. Makes
And
sense. But you got on Destination X and still got the showmance. So it's kind of
I
like
know it's crazy,
you
right?
went on Destination X to avoid love shows. You're like, I don't
I
want to do
know.
dating shows. And then you got into a showmance with Allie. And I'm like, oh, that's cute. But like, what was it? Was it something that we didn't see as a viewer that drew you all closer together?
Oh yeah, so if you know me, I'm a pretty decent conspiracy theorist person, and I like to dig into things. And it's not my main convo. You're not going to hear me talk about it, really at all unless you ask.
Mm-hmm.
But I was speaking to another player about something, and just honestly, they were files. They were CIA files, and she chimed in on it, and I was like, "Hold on, what?" I mean, and then from there is just figuring out that a lot of the things she was into, I was into, and we had a little tiff at the castle challenge, And the
Mm-hmm.
way she communicated and we worked through it, we resolved it. It was like, oh my gosh, like yo, this, like I like what this is.
Okay, so I mean, I don't want to get all up in your
We
business or
can't talk
nothing.
about that.
Okay,
I
but
can't,
I'm
not yet,
in. I'll
not
wait.
yet.
I'll wait. Look,
Yeah,
you can come back and we'll talk about it later.
for
That's
sure,
fine.
for sure.
You come back and talk about it later. Okay. So with the dynamics of the alliance of everybody on, so everybody had different dynamics and all the different alliances that was constantly shifting throughout the show, like especially like between like Rick and Mac, they kind of like shifted alliances, and you were kind of solid with the people who you were solid with for a
Mhm.
while, and then when it was time to shift a little bit, you did. Especially like with the tie situation, that was an interesting situation that happened there. But how difficult did you find managing all the alliances as part of the game?
Not really that hard. And I feel that my lack of knowledge really helped in that and making it pretty easy because I was just Shane. I was just kind of there. I wasn't a huge threat. You know what I'm saying? But the way that I could kind of, I well maybe this and maybe that, the way that I could manipulate a little bit, just kind of kept me in the shadows, and I could just kind of do my thing as needed.
Cool. Okay. And I respect that because you had it, like I said, you were solid with the people you were solid with. And then when
Mhm.
it was time to shift, you did shift, but you never like did it in a way that was like, well, people blamed you for it. You know what I
Oh, for
mean? Like
sure. And
when Ty left, she wasn't mad at you.
right, exactly. But even playing, or I guess her watching it back, that's been a lot of her. I say a speech from the Apple box. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Just to honestly keep herself relevant. If you watch the show, Biggie literally gave her a test of
Yeah.
her loyalty, and she
Yeah.
failed. So it's like,
Absolutely.
there's what do you like? That's really all I want to speak on it. Just
Okay.
watch the show and see for
Absolutely.
yourself. You know.
A- Absolutely. Absolutely. Now you did have one thing that we saw that came on the show that was your fallout you had with Peter. It
Mhm.
created quite a little stir on the bus. And so why did you feel so compelled to go after him fiercely, like fiercely when he asked about him questioning Allie's moral compass?
Okay, so there, oh man, okay, getting into this, we, I'm a person where I can end a conversation
Hmm.
whenever,
Right.
okay? I'm very okay. I've done it with people in my family, friends. Just go, hey, we'll agree to disagree. Let's just drop it,
Right.
okay? Well, they don't show that. Um, I tried to drop it,
Mm.
and then I said, you know what? We're on TV.
Let's give him TV.
Let's get
Let's
some
give him
drama going.
TV.
Yeah,
Period.
yeah, yeah. So it's kind of one of those situations, and me and Peter had some experiences that obviously weren't shown,
Hmm.
where we were cool. He was curious about the conspiracy stuff.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so he came to me asking to have a conversation. Okay, well, if you ask me for info or my thoughts on something, and I give it to you, and then you dissect and try to poke holes in what I'm saying,
Mm.
I got a problem. Hey, we can drop it, and that's it. Well, that had happened a couple times, and
Okay.
at that point, I was just like, you know what, Brahma, just let you have it. And let the drama roll. Let's just do this. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So was it 100? I once I did it, it was just kind of like, all right, bet let's just keep this thing rolling. On whatever. So it really wasn't that big a deal. Obviously, I was told, the smartest idea would have been to not say anything, which is what the plan was. And then it
Okay.
was like prod. You know how I said how many
Of
times is you gonna
course.
shake my hand?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's how he generally attacks everything, is just if it's not a handshake, it's going to be the questions. Amazing dude.
Mm.
Okay,
Right.
let me not take that from me. He seems like a great guy.
Right.
Okay, but and I told this to him. Listen, the way that you converse, I would just rather not converse with you about certain stuff.
Right. I mean,
So
look. I see that. Like, I think Peter's a good person. But he is TV. What we saw on TV was Peter the character playing Peter the character, and he's a gamer. We just saw him on Traders. We've seen him on The Bachelor. He is he knows how to work TV, and I
Hmm.
think, like you said, when you said how many times you go shake my hand, and we got no content before that, I was like, for me, I was like, something else we missing because nobody go ask how many times we go shake his hand when we only saw them shake hands once.
Which I'm
So
so glad that that got in there. I am so glad that got in there.
yeah, I'm like, we only saw him do it once, so it's something else. So in that moment, I was like, this is something that has been chopped and screwed up around, and that's fine because it's reality television. We
Yeah,
get it,
yeah,
but this is what these things are for because I wanted to know what else was there because it just felt like a big hole, and that makes sense. It just
yeah.
makes sense, and you're like me too, Shay, because like if I say a conversation is done, baby, I'm done.
I've, I've done it with my dad. If I'm doing it with my dad, I'm gonna do it with everybody else.
Right.
Like,
I do it with my sisters all the time. I'll be like, hey, let's just rock it out. We're done.
yep,
I'm over it. And they know, but I'm like, I'm over it. We over it. So, and sometimes you have to do that to protect your own
yep. Up
self.
here,
Up
keeping all
here
that
needs to be
same.
protected
Yeah, I don't
because
want
if
to
you,
stress over something I don't really care too much about. Like just
oh,
because there's a you want to know, or it's stressing you out to the point to need to know. Like I'm
right,
good.
I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm good. I don't need to.
Hmm.
I love that. I love that. So, what is something that you learned about yourself from the show?
Ooh, something that I learned about myself. Honestly, I've not a whole lot. I mean, prep more. But outside of that, yeah, I've spent a lot of my time alone, so I've been able to really get to know myself, know how I would attack certain things. What is seen on TV isn't exactly who I am 100%. So it's kind of one of those things that it was a great getaway.
Yeah.
I was okay with not being on my phone for that long. I can say that. And
Yeah.
that's something that I want to start implementing more into my life. But outside of that, uh, I didn't trust certain people. I was right. I trusted the right people, in my opinion, and I feel like I really played the game exactly how I see myself. So
Cool.
yeah, I'm sorry, a little lackluster of an answer, but
No, that
yeah,
was great.
I've spent too much of my life just by myself, traveling in my head, trying to become the
Hmm.
best person that I can be. So I kind of know myself pretty well at this point.
I love that. Actually, that wasn't lackluster at all. That like you have to know yourself in order
Um,
to do
surviving
stuff like
life.
this. It's right. If you
What
don't know
that's
yourself,
that's my number one thing I tell people. Listen, before you try to get into a relationship or make the next moves or do whatever, like you got to get to
yes,
know yourself. If you don't know you, you don't even know where you want to go.
right. You got to be a complete person in order to be with somebody else because you can't complete them and they can't complete you.
Yep.
You have to be a complete and know who you are, what you like, what you about, so you can explain yourself to that person so they get to
Oh
know you.
yeah.
I love it. Yeah, absolutely. Now, we did have a moment when Peter and Janae came on the bus. We saw it was a shift in the atmosphere that when that happened. And talking to a couple of your castmates, everybody was like, it was just we felt defeated. We felt like we're back to square one.
Yep.
Like we just got rid of three people and now you're bringing two
10,
more people.
7, back to 9. Yeah.
Right.
It's
And it
like,
just felt deflated. And I get that. Do you feel like the reaction that you all had towards Janae and Peter were fair when they first got on the bus, or do you feel like it could have been different, but it was just the stress of the situation?
oh, fair? No, not at all. I mean, to give them a fair shot, they just like everybody else, but logically, you already passed a few map rooms.
Mm-hmm.
You are now on the show longer and have a better opportunity than the people that we were able to build a bond with. So
Mm-hmm.
like it's kind of messed up. And we've built an alliance and a rapport with one another, and now all of a sudden it's a new people that we have to do we trust them? Do we,
Right.
everybody kind of already had their trusts locked in. So there was no questioning and wondering. And, that stress can be a lot,
Yeah.
especially when you have two people coming on the bus. Well, Janae wasn't like, I feel like Peter was overly was overly trying to join everybody else.
Right.
Janae seemed to be, play it cooler. She sat
Yeah.
back and, just kind of let things happen and, you know wasn't here or there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Peter was very, hey, what are you doing? Hey, what's good? Hey, what's up? What's been
Yeah.
going on so far? Tell me all the things that, how does Jeffrey do this and that?
Right.
And when at the end of the day, this is a competition, I don't
Right.
care who it is. You come in
And I,
asking all these questions, I'm not gonna tell you. Good luck.
because I
You
don't know
know?
you. Right.
Yeah, so fair and logically, I
Yes.
I don't think anybody would have done that different.
I agree. I agree. As much as look, I like I said, I'm a Love Island girly, so Janae was one of my favorite people in the world. The reason I was like, I'm gonna watch this show because they said Janae was on it. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna watch
Oh,
it.
nice. Yeah.
'Cause- But I understood when I saw that they were bringing them in midway through the game. I was like, oh, this is not going to be good for them because they
Mhm.
already established who they are as a unit, who they trust, who they don't trust, and all of that. So it makes sense. Did I like it? I was like, yeah, not my girl, but I understood it. It was like, I get it. I get it because I probably would have been the same way if I were
Mhm.
you in your position or in all of y'all's position. Like, we done got rid of three people, and now here come two
Mhm.
more people, and we just right back at the start, and it doesn't make
Oh yeah.
sense. It's not fair. It doesn't. I probably would have been saying,
Oh yeah, and
uh,
everybody want to sing "No New Friends" until
right to
they
his new friends,
now all of a sudden got to act different. Like I don't
right,
know.
right. So my last question: you said you were looking for a reality show. You got Destination X. Now that you've been on the show, would you do another reality show, and which one would you want to do?
Oh yeah, would definitely do another reality show. I would like to do something physical, less a survivor, but more of just physical
The
ability.
challenge,
That I ain't trying to call no names out there, nothing like that. I don't. Is the
the
challenge
challenge
on?
out MTV.
Okay? So see, that's contractual situations,
We'll
but
look. That'll work. Look, we can work
yeah,
around it.
but traders I would love to get on.
Oh yeah.
I think I would do really good on that. Obviously, don't have to study too much for that. I know people pretty well, so I'd love to be able to truly go into a game with pure deceit in my heart, just like everybody else,
Ooh.
and see where that goes. Yeah, I got loyalty across my chest, and Ty commented on this, but don't get this confused. This is not for everybody. Just because you meet me once, don't mean I got to be loyal to you. You feel me? Like this is for me and mine. You feel? So it's like,
Facts.
I just want to clear that up. But
Facts. Like, yeah,
yeah.
loyalty is earned, not given.
Thank you.
Period.
So give you some snaps for that.
Period. I trust you on that. Look, I love that so much. And also maybe you and a partner, somebody, I don't know, maybe do an amazing race. I don't know. Just
Oh,
throwing it
see,
out
hey, I
there.
would I would mess with Amazing Race too. That's something I've wanted to be on since a kid.
Me too. Oh, me
Yeah.
too. Yeah, that would be great. I would love to do. I would love to see you on there. Shane,
What would be
Shane, Shane.
yours? What would be yours if you have one
Hmm.
reality show you could go on?
Now, see, it used to be Big Brother
Okay.
because I'm a fan of Big Brother. But now that I'm older, I don't think I can spend that long with the same people all that time. My patience is thin. And if I hear about somebody's cousin's grandmother's story over and over again, I'm just gonna lose my mind. So now I think my show is The Circle. I'll be honest. My show is
Oh
The Circle.
yes,
Put
I
me in an
would be on a
apartment by
circle
myself.
too.
Yeah, put me in an apartment by myself. Tell me to talk to a computer or the TV and try to be social with people. Oh, I got that. I got that.
Oh
I'll
yeah.
do that.
Okay. I mean, you
So
got to
yeah.
look out for the submissions.
Period. Like, yeah, I've applied, but then I stopped midway through because I got scared. I'll be honest. I'll be
Hey,
vulnerable.
the only thing to fear is fear itself.
True. I might. I'm psyching myself for every time I see it. I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. But we'll see. We'll see. But I hope to see you on the show, Shane, because I enjoyed you on this season. Everything wasn't all the greatest. Like I said, like you said, mixed reviews, up and down the charts. But I personally, I thought you were great. I found you fun to watch, and I enjoyed you on there. So
Thank you.
thank you so much for joining us
No,
on the
thank
Cup
you.
TV rather. And that's all I got. So thank you so much. And if there's anything you want to shout out your socials or anything, please feel free to do so right now.
Oh yeah, go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Shayne Cureton underscore, and TikTok is just Shayne Cureton.
All right, we're gonna make sure all of that is in our description. And Shane, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
No, thank you.
And that was Shane, y'all. He was so delightful. I had a really good time talking to him. It was so fun. Thank you so much, Shane. Y'all follow Shane. Shane on Instagram is down there scrolling, and it's gonna be in our description. And his TikTok will be down there as well. So follow Shane and show him some love. I appreciate it. And that is to do it for me. I appreciate you all for joining. If you have some comments, let me know. Tell me in the comment section below. We appreciate you spending some time with us. If you haven't subscribed, please go and do so we can have reach our goal of 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. And follow us on all of our channels because all the channels are trying to do that. So go follow all of our channels at the Cup TV, the Cup Pod, the Cup ESC, and the Cup Ringside. Also, follow us on our audio podcast links, join our Patreon, get your merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. Follow us on our socials at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. You can follow me as well. My Instagram is down there. My Twitter is right there. And Threads is there too. Same thing. But follow us on all of those socials. And I'm gonna get out of here. So thanks for watching and cheers, y'all. Cheers.